Welcome to Unmuted Podcast with our amazing host and author, Recia Kabbah. In a noisy world, we cut through the chatter, amplifying important voices. Are you ready for raw, unscripted stories that shape our daily lives? Well, on Unmuted, we tackle tough topics, challenge the norms, and share untold stories. Each episode, we bring in thought leaders, influencers, and everyday heroes for genuine conversations. It's not just a podcast. It's a platform for real, raw, expressive conversations. Get ready for the emotions, laughters, and most of all, the truth. Unmuted is more than just a show. It's a movement. So join us as we break the silence to embrace the power of honest dialogue. Welcome to Unmuted, where conversations are real.
Welcome to Unmuted Podcast. I am your host, Recia Kabbah. Today, I am joined by two incredible women who are making powerful impact through mentorship, storytelling, and personal growth. First up, I have my sis, Nikita Hansford, founder of Tilted Hello Broadcast Media Entertainment and producer of Enhanced Life podcast. Nikita is a published author, humanitarian, and faith-driven leader using her platform to promote mental health awareness, diversity, and inclusion. She's also a certified human services specialist, foster care advocate, and mental health first aider. Nikita was honored with the 2023 Interstar Trailblazer Awards and recently shared a heartfelt reunion with her former foster mother on the Tamar Hush Show. Joining her today is Ms. Karen A. Sims Harrell, founder of Twisted Trade LLC. Karen is a master life coach specializing in vision casting and goal success. She's the creator of the inspirational platform Reflections of Purpose, where she's produced over 175 motivational videos with a background in nonprofit financial management. Karen is deeply committed to professional development and community impact. As a mother of 5 and grandmother of 10, her faith and family values continue to inspire her work as a speaker, mentor, and life coach. Let's explore their journey and the wisdom they bring. First up is Nikita, my girl. How are you, boo-boo?
I'm good. How are you, gorgeous?
I am great. Thank you for being here. And so you are being joined by your sissy. I am going to bring Karen on. Lady, welcome, Miss Karen. Sims, hey, love.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us. I'm excited.
I am excited to have you in the house. I said it backstage. This is unmuted, so I'll be just saying everything on here. So, ladies, I hope you guys are ready. But this unmuted moment, I am joined by two powerhouse people that have been in the game for so long. As a newbie, I am nervous to be interviewing your two. So, but it is an honor. I love this. I appreciate this, and the fact that you guys can, accept my invitation to come on this platform to share your story with the world. I am so honored. So, thank you so much for being here again. And now I'm going to ask you, are you guys ready to get unmuted?
Oh, yeah.
Ready.
I'm unhinged. I'm ready.
Yep.
Okay, now. Let's get unmuted. All right. I'm just going to get into it. As sisters, you guys know, you guys are used to this. You have your own platform. So let's just talk. We just talking, I'm going to ask you some questions, and then we're going to move from the business aspect to some personal questions and make it a little bit fun. So we are streaming live today on Facebook and YouTube, my Facebook and YouTube, and also the Unhinged Live on YouTube and Facebook. So, all right, guys, let's go. I'm gonna start with Miss Karen. Can you tell us what inspired you to create Twisted Trade LLC, and how has it transformed lives through outreach and mentorship?
Sure. So I started Twisted Threads LLC in 2018, actually, and it was sort of a promise to myself. So my mom passed in 2017, and it was something that I had done all the time, right? So you got those friends, you got those girlfriends who folks will always talk to. And I started out being that person, and, building sisterhood, being able to connect with people and hear people's stories, and then sharing advice. As you mentioned, me being a mom of 5, and Mimi, the world calls me a grandmother. I'm too fly to be a grandmother, so they call me. But just organically, it was one of those things, and so those relationships caused me to pursue my life coaching certification, because it was like, you know what, I'm doing this, but I want to make sure that I'm actually helping the people in a way that's going to help them versus just getting in people's business. Because for a while, that's what it was. It was just me getting in their business. But with that, I felt a responsibility to my sisterhood, and part of that was I was not always a sister, right? So I'm a twin, and I have a biological sister, and that was like the only one. But I did not have sister friendships. I didn't cultivate them in that sense of who can help me carry things and who can kind of help me move along the way. And so that was one of the things. And out of the 5, I'm the mother of 4 boys, and so being able to advocate for professional and personal development, not just for our sisters, right? Because we got our spa days, we got our girls trips, but what about the fellas, right? And so because I was raising so many of them, I wanted to have a platform and opportunity to be able to share empowering messages, but also to give encouragement no matter the gender, right? Of course, there are things that are just for us, our sisters. We need it. We need the uplifting. We need to protect our peace, those type of things, but also giving the opportunity for us to support the men that are in our communities. And so over the past, 8 years, to how many years it been? 7, 8 years. We've just grown. And so it started because I started doing videos. And so the Reflections of Purpose, I have a friend who's a cinematographer, and I was like, but I just want to do some videos. And he's like, no, we will do them in excellence. And so literally from 2019, I think we did probably 150 videos that were just specifically. And so since then, we've been able to, our numbers have grown. We are at 250 videos now from 2019. And it started when one of my sons was getting married. And the first series that I did was called The Adoption. And my children know it's no secret, I survived them, okay? And then here come the Lord saying, well, we're going to let you be a mother-in-law. Why? What is this adoption? And so from that, we built from there. And the whole focus is that we all need encouragement. We all need empowerment. And so putting messages out there that make people think. And so the video series, most of them fall under the Reflections of Purpose. And so when we think about what are we here for, what are we supposed to be doing in the earth, giving folks an opportunity to think about that, and then come on over and let's do some goal success strategies. Because I mentioned I'm a goal digger. I like helping people move forward with setting goals, creating strategy, and being able to get to the finish line of not just big dreams, right? Sometimes it's just, I want to buy a house. I want to go back to school. I want to get a degree. Sometimes it's, I want to get these children out of my house without committing murder. It could be that simple. And then we help them with that and impact the community over the time. So I'm proud to say, not just via the YouTube channel, but also with in-person outreach, we have impacted hundreds of lives from people who are able to join us either through the show and our partnership together with my good sister friend and best friend over at Unhinged Live, but also in these streets, because we are literally sharing love and light everywhere that we go. So love the question. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. That is beautiful. You know, you are making a lot of impact in the community. And so continue to do so. We need people like you. It's a lot going on out here already. So people like you make sense, you know. Sometimes the kids, that's it. They just need to see that somebody cares.
Yeah.
You know, that's all. You know, somebody cares about me. And so thank you so much for sharing that part of your life. All right, let's move on to the Queen, Nikita. Nikita, girl, you also founded a powerful platform. What led you to start Tilted Halo Broadcast Media Entertainment, and how do you use it to spread positive message?
Wow, what led me to start Unhinged under the Tilted Halo brand banner? Wow, it was a whole lot. Let's say this started back from when I was a kid. If I was to quote Biggie Smalls, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper, all up in the limousine. Listen, I was reared in California, basically on stage for as long as I could remember, performing in some way, shape, or form. And I can actually remember the first poem I wrote. It was called God's Big TV. So I guess it's safe to say I established Unhinged Live because I was born for this. I actually established a Tilted Halo Broadcast Media Entertainment after the sudden passing away of my mother at the height of the pandemic. It was very unexpected. And at that point in time, I was actually in the process of building a radio show with my former affiliate. Shout out to Red Ink Radio Live. But I was starting to build that platform, and then my world got rocked. In the middle of all of this, I'm stuck in the house where I could not hug my girlfriends. They couldn't come see me. They were literally leaving acts of love at my door. So Unhinged came to me in the most odd way, because I was in the room, with just me and my father. I referred to him as Abba. Most folks refer to him as God. But I began to seek him for my healing in a different way. And I saw the doors. And this is how Unhinged was birthed. I saw the doors as I was looking at who am I now after my mother is gone. Who am I now? And he began to show me different doors where, the information I needed was right behind them. And then he brought me to a place where I was able to recognize that a lot of those doors that were up were placed there by myself in response to the opinions of others, in response to some of the past life trauma I've walked through. So Unhinged was birthed because I became determined in that moment to go ahead and kick down every single one of those doors, because I recognized they were lies from the enemy. So in this moment, I said, you know what, Mom, I know we had the same dreams. You weren't able to manifest yours while you were on this side, but because I carry these gifts, this is what we finna do. We finna grow this platform. God had given me Unhinged, of course, and he had also given me the vision for the Tilted Halo Tribe. And he gave me very specific instruction not to just make this about me, but to make this about others, especially here in the digital space that we operate in. I began to see the people that I connect with as digital currency in a sense, as a digital tithe into their lives. We tithe as a physical church. Why not tithe into my ministry out in the metaverse? So I had to bring Karen. That was a no-brainer because she's been my prayer partner through it all. And again, much like my mother, Karen and I shared this same vision. She had letters, she had contracts. I don't have none of that stuff. All I had was a vision and a dream. And I'm grateful that Karen partnered alongside me, and she gets to see how I received the blueprint for Unhinged directly from the throne of God. Because I pray a lot, y'all. I talk to God a whole lot more than I talk to people. And if I was to tell the truth about myself, I really don't like purposeless conversation. I say that I didn't like to talk. It's not so much that I don't like to talk, and Karen helped me figure this one out as my goal success coach. I'm so spoiled. She helped me figure it out that I don't like purposeless conversation. It had to be purposeful, or I'm basically wasting my breath. So that turned into me obtaining my life purpose coach certification, because through this all, remember, I'm here trying to understand the purpose in the death of my mother, the purpose in me being the one who would have to stand and eulogize her. God allowed me to see it all in that season, and we done turned it into a brand, and God has truly blessed it. He has blessed me with Karen. He has blessed me with Donnell. He has blessed me with AP. He has blessed me with Audrey, Bliv, Yolanda, Marisol, Rhonda, and my birth sister, Jackie, who was a part of my healing journey. I went to find my sister because part of my life story is that I am a foster child, or I was a foster child, and I was separated from my biological family, and I wanted some blood sisters. God gave me an abundance of spiritual sisters to train me for when I was ready to receive Jackie.
Wow.
And it's like once I was completely yielded in obedience to God. Listen, all the work that I've done over the last 10 or so years, God is just blessing it. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to sit here on your platform tonight, Recia, and share it with your audience. I am unhinged. I'm free.
Hands. Thank you, love. Thank you. It is very important to have sisters that we can lean on, and vice versa, and learn from them, to be bestie with someone, to be business partner, to be all of that, and still be able to take coaching from that person and learn from them, because we are all gifted in so many different ways. So what you may be good at is not my strength. So to, collectively together we can be better, and so for what you just said, that's touched my heart. You have to choose your company. You have to choose who you are sharing your energy with. I always tell people, you are the people that you are bringing in your company. Your friends, they have a saying, show me your friends, I tell you, well, who you are, where you're gonna be, stuff like that. So I learned something yesterday as I went to this event that Charisma put together, from the owner, John Hewitt, the owner of Jackson Hewitt Tax Services. And he said something about, at the end of the day, you look through your phone, your call out, and see who you have spoken to all day. If you can be proud of the people you have conversation with that day, then continue that if they are making impact in your life. But if you look at your call log and you are not proud of it, then maybe those people need to be deleted out of your phone, because you cannot be wasting your time and energy on with people that are not making any difference in your life. And it could be mentally, physically, financially, whatever it is, whatever position you are in your life at that moment, you have to surround yourself with the people to help you along that way. Find you a good sisterhood, brotherhood, just something positive to feed you rather than draining you. So All right, thank you so much. So both of you clearly lead with purpose and faith in your work, and so I'm so grateful that you guys can share that with my audience today and your audience. And now we're gonna move forward to Karen again. For you, Karen, how do your faith and family values influence the way you mentor, speak, and coach?
Yeah, they're the foundation of everything that I do. Faith and family is not just something to say, right? Well, I was doing this before I knew what it was. So my dad is a pastor, and so I grew up in the church my entire life. Okay, let me think. Okay, my father got saved when I was 3 years old. It's a long story about how I know when it happened at 3, but life changed for us, right? Because we was going to the parties. He was smoking his cool. My father was he was a cool sinner. Let me just say that, okay? He is a wonderful man for Jesus. He has been pastoring for over 40 years now, but these are the memories, right? So we remember it, and I know that was something that he instilled in me my entire life. I tell people on the business side how I run business, how I am a director at the institutions that I influence. It's how I raise my children. It's how I ran my family. And so a lot of times, I hear from people or I work with clients who come and they're like, well, I don't know how to do this. I'm too that, or I've only been at home. Honey, if them kids didn't go hungry, if you got them through school, you've been a CEO at home, and now you take what you know into the boardroom, into the corporate offices, and you're able to do that. Faith and family is this thing. We hear this scripture as if it is cliche. I can do all things through Christ who has strengthened me. But if you really believe that, right, and have that God confidence of, and this is a prayer, right? Sometimes for me, Lord, I'm about to go in here. Please don't let me mess it up.
Correct, girl. Let the spirit lead.
Go before me and do let me be a vessel, right? And so then it's not even about me. Now, a lot of times I had to deal with because I'm spoiled in Christ. Recia, that's the hardest thing, right? To know that God spoils you. Because then we expect it. When God spoils us and then we gotta do something hard, be like, hold up, who all over here? What's going? And then I'm ready to take out the oil, and it wasn't even an oil situation. But faith and family has always been a part for me. And it comes organically. So Keita will tell you in a minute. If it sounds like something crazy that I can't help with, I'm immediately going into prayer. I don't even care. You know what? The boyfriend wasn't acting right. Dear Lord, let this man be in full alignment with all of the goodness that you have for myself. I'm that type of prayer warrior, right? So in the middle of, and I'll mention this, we have a good sister friend, Minister Kiana Cox-Jones, and I remember her telling me her son was in high school, and the type of prayer that I pray, Recia, is the way that I talk to God. I say, Lord, keep this boy away from them fast heifers because you got a plan for him. And I promise you, everybody in our circle was like, only Karen. She the only one. But I know that God hears us, and he will come to us on our level. So if you don't pray all of the scriptures, find one or two and make sure that that's what's leading you. That's what's guiding you. And it's all I know, right? So I tell people I am fully brainwashed. You couldn't change my mind about God if it was all you did every day for the rest of your life, because I've watched him do amazing things. And then I send that message out to other people. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. It is, when you say connecting with God, it was a moment in my life just to piggyback off of what you just said a little bit, where I found peace with God without, I did not want to talk to anyone. In that moment, I felt like I was so special, like you said. Like I felt like, thank God, there's a whole world out here. I feel like you were just paying attention to me.
I love it. I love it.
I felt like the relationship was so personal with me and him. I used to wake up in the morning and can't wait to just kneel down, just talk to him. And I felt that spirit. I felt that love. I felt that there was a moment when I was going through my unmuted moment with my divorce. There was a moment I felt nothing in my body. I felt lifeless. I felt like life was against me. And I felt like taking my life away. And I even justify, that my kids will appreciate that I took my life away, because it would be like, okay, she had enough. The devil was really messing with my mind. Like, it's okay. This is okay for you to do. As I stated in my book, on Muted. If you haven't gotten a copy, get a copy from Amazon. But, in that moment, the devil had me believing that killing myself, committing that suicide was the only way out. And so, but God, this man up here, he is a great God, because my story wasn't for me to be done. My story was for me to evaluate myself, and and he was allowing me in that place where I'm able to sit here today to use my story to change so many people's life. For someone who could barely speak to a single person and look directly in your face, very shy, can't say a word. I had to relearn how to speak English from childhood. So the confidence wasn't there. But for him to build this for me, because he had a place to take me, and he make that provision. And I just had to be obedient and follow his will. And then he led me. And so we had a great relationship, and till now and forever, I pray that there will be no disconnection from the relationship I have built with God. So, we have family, we have friends, but sometimes you just need God. You just need that God. I tell my best friend all the time, you don't even have to tell me half of the thing that going on with you. Go to God, yo. Go to God. I can listen. I can hold you. I can comfort you in that human love relationship. But we need God. When you find God, you have everything.
Yeah.
You have everything. I always say, what's the sense of gaining the whole world and losing your soul?
Oh, yeah.
So find relationship with God. So I like that you said that. And so I'm here today because of that. I'm here today because, I lean on God rather than my own strength. So I hope somebody hearing this, whatever you are going through, that. Just go straight to God. Just go to him. Go to him. You don't even have to know how to pray. You don't even have to know the words to say. Just invite him into your life and be like, God, here I am. Because I had that moment in my situationship moments. I don't even know if that's a word, but I had that moment where I could not say anything. I could not pray. I was so muted to where, like I just said, I had nothing left in me. All I said to God was, God, please hold me. That was the exact word. I said, God, please hold me, because I felt like I was done. So thank you. This is to give other people hope, and let people know that God is real, and he is real. He will speak to you if you listen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you. Nikita, you wanted to say something?
No, I was just listening and being encouraged by what you were sharing, what the both of you were sharing. And you prayed a very simple prayer, Recia. You asked God to hold you. That's all that needed to be said.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes I think in our faith walks, we, with the exposure that we have, in attending different church ministries, and things of the like, we often think that we need all this pomp and circumstance in order to have access to God. And all of my years of spiritual studies told me that that was not necessarily God's truth concerning me, concerning us at large. What the older saints used to say back in my circle was, if you can't say a word, just wave your hands.
Oh, yeah.
Because God knows. we've got to remember what the word says. He knew us even before that we were formed in our mother's womb. So that means if he knew us then, he's with us now. And he knows exactly what's going on in the situation. And he is the solution for whatever it is we might be walking through. On my personal Facebook page, and y'all know certain things I ain't never gonna move because I stand on business. I stand on a firm foundation, which is the word of God. The word of God, I'm absolutely convinced that we are doing exactly what Revelation 12:11 told us to do right here, even in this broadcast. We overcome the adversary by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimonies. We're sharing our testimonies. Somebody out there on the other side is going to be blessed by what they hear. And then we embrace the knowledge that it's very important for us to be still and know that he is God. And that's part of Psalm 46:10. We have to learn to be still to receive God's best for us. A lot of times we feel like we out here, and I'm very visual, y'all. That's that entertainer in me, that we out here like this, trying to fight battles that we were never meant to fight.
Right.
You know, naturally we're women. In somebody's mind's eye, they coined us as the weaker sex, so to speak. And I only equate that to certain things physically. But after a while, when you're doing this, your arms get tired. You know, it's like me doing this for this little 10 seconds, you know, I'm starting to feel the burn. You know, I'm a woman of a certain age. But our arms really are too short to box for God. You know, let me flip that real quick. We often hear too short to box with God. Our arms are too short to box for him because he's the one who knows all, who sees all, understands all, and has the power to change things in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. So I want to piggyback off of what you shared, Recia, and sharing the people with people. Sometimes your prayer doesn't have to be all extraordinary. It could be something as simple as Lord help.
Yes.
Yeah. You just got to invite him.
That's it.
Just Lord help.
That's it.
I say it a lot during the day, and I don't care who may or may not be offended because there's so many other offensive things going on in the world around us. So if me calling on my Heavenly Father offends you, so be it. So be it, because y'all get to cuss.
Yeah.
And expect me not to be offended. Y'all get to, you know, what are these microaggressions that I have to deal with on a daily basis and, you know, in my workspace? Listen here. You gonna call on Jesus up in here and y'all gonna know something about him. If I do nothing but become a shining and a living testimony of what living in God's grace looks like. Can we have a conversation about God's grace? Isn't it amazing, ladies?
Yes.
Truly is.
Yeah, sitting here tonight, I haven't read your story yet, Recia, because I'm looking forward to hosting the conversation with you. I want to read the book in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to hear it coming from your lips.
Yeah.
Because I know that that's where it's going to have the greatest impact. You know, so I'm grateful even for us being together in this podcast community to know that there's yet another soldier out here on the front line being fiercely fabulous, dainty, and dangerous all at the same time. Thank you so much again for having us and opening the doors to your platform to so many people across the globe to tell their testimonies. These are our video epistles, y'all. Did y'all know that?
Yes. It is.
They really are the living epistles. We, you know, what was it, Karen, I was saying when we were running through the Christian hip hop artist community? We them new school prophets where, you know, what we share, some will only receive coming from us. They've been tired. They've been hurt. Some have even been abused by other trustworthy people of faith. So now you got us somewhat or seemingly regular degular girls out here and these regular degular guys out here saying, hey, let me tell you what God did for me.
Yes.
That's the work.
Yes, that's it.
That's the work.
That's it. That's it. Yep. Thank you so much, ladies. Rhonda is watching and she is commenting. She is on the road here. Lord heal me because this husband shares his code and we are not about the jail life. So heal me. Okay, with my exclamation
And
point.
that's an entire prayer. Shout out to Rhonda. We love you, sis. And we know Rhonda is very what do we say, conscious of her health. So we are praying for our brother in this moment.
Okay. All right, ladies, let's move on. Miss Nikita, you hold several roles as a human services specialist, foster care advocate, and mental health first aider. How do those roles allow you to make a difference in the lives of others?
Oh my goodness, I get to be a shapeshifter on behalf of the federal government. Is that great or what?
Oh, girl.
Yes, I get to become all things to all men every single day of my life when I'm doing the work I do out here in these streets. Sometimes they need me to put on my listener hat and I just sit there and listen. Many people who've known me to this point and has ever experienced this, I got this whole hug ministry thing going on. I often refer to that as an energy exchange, and I have no problem wrapping my arms around a sister who just simply needs a hug. I get to be everything, and and that fulfills my life purpose. In my journey, I questioned a lot of the abuse that happened to me even before the age of 10. I questioned it like, God, why you gotta make me titanium? Platinum is more valuable. What's going on here? But he began to show me why. He literally took me through the school of hard knocks so that I can be everything that I am today, that I can sit with a somewhat sound mind, because y'all know I'm about 5% crazy. Shout out to the Virgo woman that I am. I get to use the tools that I collect and gather to help myself to kind of help others in my own little tilted halo way. Like I said, I get to become a shapeshifter. And I'm grateful. I'm gonna tell you a quick inside story. I have a client who is 91 years old. He'll be 92 this year. And with what I'm doing now, I had to walk him through this process. And, I had to deliver some soft no's and give him some very specific instruction to make sure he got what he was trying to obtain. And when it was all said and done, this man brought me to tears, y'all, because he writes me. He was writing me letters when he did what I was asking for. And one of the last letters he sent me just said, thank you. Because you've been my support system through this. You've always been kind, very helpful, telling me everything I need to know, everything I need to do. Just thank you. That's what I do. That's why I do what I do. Because, I'm sowing seeds in the ground now because I hope to live to be 91 years old. And I hope that someone would extend to me the same kindness that I've extended to others along my life journey when I reach that point, should God will it.
Yes, and God will send you that person because, he sees your work like you do, and so it's crazy that you just said that because, I work with people with developmental disability. These are people, if you don't feed them, they won't eat. These are people, you don't shower them, you don't change them, like literally change them, they won't do anything. So I'm so like just caught up in their world. It's not, you cannot pay anyone no amount of money to care for a human being like that, in those situations. So when I find myself in those positions, I'm like, God, please send me someone in my old age to love me the way I love these people, to care about me this way. So you know, that's why I had to say that, because for you to say that, but you know, God is a great God, because He will give you exactly what you put out there, you know, and so that's why we have to keep loving and keep being, you know, do the right thing, integrity, you know, do the right thing, you know, even when no one is looking, because it will come around. It will come around full circle. So I I say thank you for your work you do, especially as a social service worker and an advocate for, you know, um, what you advocate for people. What is it? I'm sorry.
Well, mental health advocate and
Mental health
foster care
advocate, yeah.
advocate.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's a whole lot of trauma related
care,
care.
all of those things, a whole lot of work that you do. Thank you, because not everyone is built for everything, you know. So you were chosen for that, and you talk about it with joy. So this is something you love to do, you know.
Yes, I'm thankful.
Some people work just to work, and but you don't find peace in it, you know, you don't find joy in it. But when you do what you love, when you know, it brings joy to you, it is a whole nother level, you know. So thank you for the work you do, and continue to be you, because don't worry, God will give you exactly what you put out there. So you will get your reward. You will get your reward. I'm so sorry, these people are messing with the snow, the noise is in here. I'm trying. But anyway, all right, let's move forward, ladies. Thank you again. Thank you. Making a better world for us all. Yes, yes, she is. She is. So thank you, Rhonda. Thank you. All right. Next would be Karen. As a master life coach specializing in vision casting and goal success, what strategies do you use to help people turn their dreams into reality?
Oh, that's wonderful. Good question. One of the things that we kind of go through when we start, just kind of, it's communication, right? And so it goes back to the word, right, in the vision.
Mhm.
Right. So you can't get to a place that you don't know where you're going to. So whether you're typing it in, back in the day, we used to use MapQuest, right? And we would have to
Mhm.
print it out. And the MapQuest would tell us, turn left, go 100 feet, turn right. Now we got the GPS and we're a little bit lazy. So we hear it all the time. But I remind folks that, you know, sometimes you have to take the time to dream, right?
Mhm.
Everyday life sometimes gets in the way, and we think, well, I'm doing the thing that I wanted to do, but are you really? And so taking the time to, one, write it down, whether it is journaling, making sure that you are taking moments of reflection for yourself to be able to say, you know what, I
Mhm.
love this about my job, but I really can't stand that. Because sometimes the fastest way to get from where you are to where you're going is by identifying what you don't want to do. So we a lot of times will start a conversation and say, so what do you want to do? And I hear it all the time. Well, I don't know. I'm not really sure what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm good at. Okay, well then let's talk about when on your day off, right? If
Mhm.
you could go to work in your fuzzy slippers and your comfy pajamas, what would you be doing during the day if that was the entire
Mm.
where you would go? And so most people, well, I like working with the elderly. I love cosmetology. And then you take those things and you ask, right? Because one of the things, so one of my most hard-headed clients, right, is my twin blood sister. And I say she hard-headed because one, she don't want to hear nothing I got to say. But two, I always think that her aspirations are supposed to match mine, right? And so a lot of times what I try to do is help people get the courage to break the barriers that maybe were put on us by family, that might have been put on us by society. Somebody told us that, you know, we couldn't go to school, or we couldn't be in this particular profession, or we couldn't do this particular thing because, you know, godly people don't do that. Listen, wherever I go, God gonna be there. So that's a whole nother story. So helping people break barriers, writing down the vision, and then being clear on giving themselves permission to be someone totally different than they've ever
Mm.
live. So most of the people I'm working with are mature folks, whether it is through mentorship of college students, whether it is working with men or women who are looking to do a career change or start a business or whatever it is. We don't always take the time to think about what could life actually be for me, right? And if I was president, what would I do to change the world around me? Because whatever you change in your world is going to impact other people, right? It's going to make a change, whether it's for your immediate family, whether grandma and them. And I'll say this because this was, you talked about, Recia, being unmuted. And many of us have been muted by our family members, by our faith communities, because they say we should only be this. But then I also incorporate the faith in it to ask, have you prayed about it? Have you meditated about it? What did God tell you about it? And a lot of times people say, well, I don't know how to hear from God. I don't know if God's actually talking to me. He probably ain't telling you to start that OnlyFans page. I'm going to be honest. You don't really need no prayer for that one, okay? But you might need some financial discipline to figure out, well, I want to buy a house. Well, how's your credit? I don't know. Well, then do you really want to buy a house, or are you looking to just live somewhere different? So I help people break down the steps, because you can have a goal to say, I want to purchase a home, and it seemed real easy, right? Let me go find to live, let me have the money for it. But there's so many different steps, and so I help people break down the steps that are needed as they create a strategy. Start with the vision, because that's what we're told. Write the vision, then get the strategies of, okay, I cannot buy Louis Vuitton, Coach, and Fenty all in the same month and say I'm saving for a house. Like the two don't match. So how do we create behaviors that are going to move us towards the goal? And Keita knows this line. Recia, my favorite line is, I'm here for the cake. And we can't get to the cake until we complete the goal. Then the celebration, y'all call me for the party, because that's it. I'm here for the cake. That's what I'm here for. So
okay. That's some gems. Okay, I hope you guys are taking note, because I'm taking note. Bottom line is, have a goal plan. Have a goal plan. And stay on it. Be grounded. Don't let everything else distract you out here. Just be grounded. Be focused, and whatever you dream of, whatever you want, you can achieve above your own expectation. But you have to do the work, and you have to be persistent, and you have to keep your head where you're going. Yeah, I like that. Thank you for sharing that. All right, Miss Nakia. I'm going to talk about Inner Star, because you, my love, was awarded. Okay, you was honored with the 2023 Inner Star Media Trailblazer Award. What that recognition mean to you personally and professionally?
Man, listen. What does that award mean to me? Inner Star. Basically, it just reaffirmed for me that, again, I am in my purpose to be chosen by the people. Y'all know that award is the people's choice.
Yes.
And I was absolutely just floored that I won my first year out, so to speak, with my own platform under my own business name. It was incredible. And again, I was able to show the people kind of really who I am. In receiving that award in 2023, I had birthday lunch with Jacint. Shout out to Jacint Headlam, the founder of the Inner Star Foundation, the visionary behind it all. Yes. I had lunch with her because I had to tell her something that year. I wasn't going to be able to make the award ceremony to receive the award in the event that I won, because I was clueless. I didn't know I was going to win, because I had made a previous commitment to my friend Karen to stand by her side as she married her forever. I married him too because he now my brother-in-law. That's my brother.
Yes,
Brother
yes,
too.
yes.
So, but that meant everything to me, because every choice I made leading up to that announcement, y'all know what I said off air. I was like, look, let me tell you something about this here award. Another one is going to come, because what God has for me is for me. I'll have another opportunity to dress up in a pretty dress, and come and mingle amongst the famous people. Since guess what? I'm now one of them, you know?
Yes, yes. Wow. Okay.
Okay, listen, hey, I'm very humble in how I walk around. Sometimes y'all may not recognize me in these streets because I'll be trying to look homeless intentionally so people don't talk to me. You don't recognize me out here because I'm just trying to get done what I need to get done. But it meant the world to me, even to come back around to 2024 and see Unhinged be nominated in that very same category. To be able to share that moment. Y'all heard me at the top of this show. Ain't none of this about me. It never has been. It's just like the collective of everything I've been able to do in my life coming to this like pinnacle point for now, because it's more. God gonna take us higher. It's like, wow, for real, Jesus, you love me like that. And you mentioned it in my bio, and I'll share this publicly, y'all. Sometimes y'all got to choose friendship over fame.
That part.
Sometimes y'all got to choose friendship over fame. And, I made Karen ugly cry when I shared this thought with her. God took me to a national platform, without me even trying, only a few months after I said, let me go be the maid of honor I'm supposed to be at my bestie's wedding. But God decided, you know what, girl, let me send you and make you go viral on Twitter without even trying. Y'all know I only be on the Twitter. I don't even like it over there because I don't even understand it. But that whole reunited with the foster mother thing, and me being able to have the experience of being treated VIP and transported into New York City to share my testimony on national television. I shared with Karen that would not have happened. I don't believe that would have happened had I not chosen her, as opposed to being fabulous at Interstar the year that I won. But I was where I was supposed to be when we received the announcement. I was by my bestie's side, my business partner's side, where when I declared I won, we were able to declare that we won together. And we stood together in faith, knowing that another door was going to open for me, because this sacrifice was one made out of pure love. That's who I am. My divorce experience took me into a deep study of love in all of its forms, in all of its characteristics, so that I would know how to love better, and moving forward, how to receive it, and recognizing. So we've been, it's a joy tsunami over here. That's an attribute of love. That's what it meant to me, just to receive the acknowledgement from my community of creatives. Oh, McGird is all I have to say.
And there was a party. There was a party in North Carolina when our dear sister Rhonda came and sent the picture, and we got the news. And I promise you, nobody went to jail, but we were in a hotel lobby.
Oh my!
Celebrating because I just got to interject really quickly, because I had to tell my husband, right, that my maid of honor was nominated for an award. And now he don't know Keita like that. He don't know the tears that we cried. He don't know the journey that we walked. And he was like, well, what you gonna do? And I said, well, we prayed about it. I ain't gonna do nothing. Like, what? We not what he was like, well, you gonna be worried about it? No, I'm not gonna be worried about it. Right. And it wasn't because I felt like, well, she better choose. That wasn't it. I said, because we know that whatever goes on in our friendship is God first, right? And so when you center God in the things that you do, I pray for my sister to win that, like, and pray for it to come around, and praying for it to come around again. Why? Because when we get cute, Recia, we get real cute. That's all we gonna say.
Yeah. You telling
However,
me? Are you telling me? I saw you guys at the inner style where I was like, okay, the ladies are bringing it. Yeah, brought it. Okay.
but it is
Your
about,
team, your show out,
oh
and
yeah,
listen, your day, your
that's what
thing.
it's
So
about.
that's it. That's
That's
it.
sisterhood. Yes.
No one could mention to. I mean, your steps stood out. Your day of thing. Okay. So, and to just feedback up or down a little bit, Star Trailblazer, well, I am so grateful that Jason came up with this vision and actually went along with it, because a lot of things happen behind the scene where we struggle with what we should do. Maybe it won't be successful. Maybe all of those things. But you just have to trust God. You have that vision. You have to give it to God and trust. And she did. She did. I'm
Yes.
grateful that she did, because look what she's doing. Everyone. There are people that may never get recognized for the work that they do. But she has created this big, huge platform for
Yes.
so many people, including myself. And we had a joke about it at the award show. I was talking to her aunt and the other ladies. I was like, even though I was told to nominate myself, or family and friends to nominate me, I did not ask anyone to vote for me, because I felt like, I was telling her, I said, I felt like if I was to win, people are going to think she just gave me the award, because that's my girl. They ain't going to think I struggle behind the scene begging people to vote for me, because she ain't treating me no extra. Is everybody on this thing? So her aunt was there, it kind of makes sense, but that should not stop you from, doing what you have to do. I said, so I ain't tell nobody to vote for me. I just put on Facebook I was doing it. I ain't calling nobody, I ain't made nobody vote for me. I said, I don't want her giving it to me, because they ain't gonna think I went hard for this. And so when I did not win, I was like, great. I don't need to win. So I told her, you can do that, Recia. You deserve whatever, you work hard, you deserve it. And so after everything, I told her, she was cracking. I said, you girl, it kind of makes sense, but no, you deserve it. So go ahead. Ask people to vote for you. So, but I congratulate you, and in what you do, and receiving that award. Let we don't do things because we want awards. We do them to do them. But the fact that someone can notice what you do, and just give you that extra confirmation to say, we see you. We see you, is great. So congrats again, sis. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Miss Karen, let's go. You have produced over 175 inspirational videos on your platform, Reflection of Purpose. What message do you hope your audience takes away from your contents?
The hope is that life is bigger than the experiences that we've had. Life is longer than the journey that we have traveled so far. And we get the opportunity to create legacy every single day, right? So whether you are 18 and thinking, I'm going to run this world, or you are 60 or 70 and you're looking behind you like, oh my goodness, look at all that I've done, to know that there are communities that can come alongside you, that each person is not alone in their journey. So, Recia, this is our first time actually having conversations and hearing your story, but your story mirrors parts of my story, right? Nikita Tilted, her story mirrors parts of my story. But when I was going through it, you could not tell me I wasn't the only one feeling the way that I felt. And so my biggest goal is to let folks know you are not alone in your story. Although the details of your story are unique, there are strategies and encouragement to allow you to see another day, right? Number one, because
Mhm.
it's a real thing. The thoughts for suicide, the thoughts that our lives don't matter, and the power of imposter syndrome that evokes fear in us to cause us not to do anything, and to understand that if the same God that made sun, moon, heavens, and the earth um, decided that they needed the fabulosity of
Yeah.
Karen Sims Harrell, of Rashia, of Nikita Tilton Halo, of any of the listeners that go to press play. He has a plan that is just as big as the sun and the moon for you. So that's my goal. Be encouraged and live more. And if it is not, you don't gotta be loud like me. I'm blingy enough for at least 10 people, right?
Mhm, mhm,
Sure my husband believes that is a fact. However, there is, even in your small lane, if it is just you bringing coffee to somebody who may be outside of you, feels unseen in the earth, or feels like their voice doesn't matter, but they know Sister Nicole always brings a smile, always brings a sweet hello. Sometimes
mhm,
that is your goal in life, and that
mhm,
may be enough to
mhm.
keep somebody alive long enough for God to download what it is for their assignment as well. So I could go on and on about this, but that is my goal, for people just to be encouraged to live life abundantly. Why? Because it's a promise, right? Like,
Mhm,
it is
mhm.
a promise for us. Many of us just don't try to do it because nobody told us that we
Yeah,
could. I'm
yeah.
that voice here. Do it, just do it, just do it.
Yes, just do it. Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it.
And thank you. Thank you for just doing it. Thank you for, what you do. Your word is going out there, is definitely being received, because 175, videos of different topic conversations to show, your consistency. And trust me, the word is going out there. Somebody said you don't have to pay attention to the likes or the comment. Believe me, they are watching, they are listening, they are hearing you, they are receiving the message. So continue to do what you do, continue to inspire, motivate, and educate us,
Indeed.
because we need it. Yes,
You.
we need it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Nikita,
Yes.
you had a powerful moment when you, even though you said something about it a little bit, but just elaborate a little bit more on it, and we can move on. When you reunited with your former foster mother on the Tamron Hall show, can you share what that experience was like for you?
Listen, there were 2 times in 2024 when your girl straight felt like Beyonce. Okay. There's 2 times where
Okay.
I felt like Beyonce. Right. And I'm also a September girl, much like Beyonce. So when I pops out, boop, I pops out on you. You don't see me.
Like, yeah, I am.
So low key.
You're gonna
Um,
see me.
yeah, but boo. That was amazing, because I had actually written a bit of an homage to Mama Essie,
Mhm.
in a book where Karen and I are co-authors, The Depths and Diversity Within Relationships. Let's talk about it. I shared my story of my being, the pieces of me was the title of my chapter, and because I'm a girl with many mothers. And
Mhm.
in this chapter, I was able to see how God had specifically orchestrated my journey through foster care through the names of my foster mothers. It was a very powerful revelation, and that I was able to have the opportunity to give Essie her flowers on national television was epic. She and I have stayed in contact since I left her home. And even after I was no longer a ward of the state of California, Mama Essie kept loving on your girl. And I
Mhm.
still get text messages from her. She is still mentoring me, even at my big age. And she has kept me, at the forefront of everything that's been going on with AKA, even with Kamala's run for the presidency. I got to share those experiences with Mama Essie. That was life-changing. And yet again, reaffirming for me that everything that has happened in my life has had a distinct purpose for me to share this testimony. God's word is true. He definitely does order your steps according to his word, to his will. And it just gave me some more courage to continue to be bold, to continue to be brave in sharing my testimony. Because when people talk to me, when people interact with me, they assume I have several doctorate degrees, and that is far from the case. I'm just a regular smuggler girl from Patterson, New Jersey, who did nothing but sit at the foot of her father and learn from him what to do to turn all this negative into a positive to impact somebody's life. And that's what happened on the Tamron Hall show. The show is still in syndication. I'm still getting messages from people who randomly wake up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning and they see my face on television, because I didn't broadly publicize it. I figured it would speak for itself since it's out there. It'll speak forever. Again, remember those video epistles that we're now becoming? That's what that did for me. That gave me access to an entirely different audience that some of actually came looking for me to do things within their organizational structures. I mean, not for nothing. That's how I managed to add that foster care advocacy certification to my bag.
Yeah.
Because somebody came looking for me.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. And like you just said, to give her flowers on a whole big, huge platform like that was great. Not every foster kid has a successful story.
No, they don't.
Not everyone can tell you something good about their foster parent, or foster parents. Some people move from home to home, home from home, home from home. So for you to have a successful relationship with someone who did not birth you but love you, just the same as your own mother could love you, it is great. There are good people still out here, good people still loving on people.
Yes.
So my heart go out to people moving from foster home to foster home. I myself share a little bit about my life. It wasn't like foster home, but just living with different family members, and how some home may not be so, or that, and some may be better than some, but to go through different homes and having to readjust the way of life, the food, the environment, the people, it is a trauma by itself. And I talk about that in my book also, but you came out very well. She did a very good job, because look who she brought to us. Okay. Look who she brought to us. A whole powerhouse. Okay. Unstoppable. So thank you for sharing that. We almost done with those professional questions. I have one more question for Ms. Karen. Then I have two fun questions for us, and then we are almost there. Karen, with your extensive background in nonprofit financial management, how has that shaped your approach to professional development and community impact?
So one of the good things, I've been in nonprofit financial management actually for over 25 years now. I know I look 29. It's okay.
Girl, speak it.
And it started out as really a job that turned into a career, but it gives me the opportunity to give back to communities in so many different ways, right? So it could be grassroots. I've worked at a homeless shelter. Now I'm at a higher ed institution, and everything in between, helping other people start nonprofits and allowing them to flourish. But the one thing that is different at a nonprofit, and I'm not saying that the corporate folks are heartless, but you cannot have a heart and work in the nonprofit industry. And so it's allowed me the opportunity to share my administrative gifts with folks. I am a visionary. This is just what the Lord has given to me as a gift. So I get to take that into boardrooms and help people not only do things well, but I'm also like a process improvement specialist. So I'm gonna come here and be like, that was great. Now, next time, what can we do better? And so it really has been an opportunity to share my faith as well as my heart with different communities and leading it. So it hasn't always been that way. I have worked every position that there is to work in a nonprofit over the last 25 years. And God is like continues to elevate, right? Every door that was open was unique to me. And I watched God work in miraculous ways. And I know that it was specific because it wasn't about me. It was about the work that needed to be done and the people that I needed to come alongside. And so every job that I've had thus far has been an assignment. And, you know, sometimes I'll be like, Lord, I know you didn't mean this assignment for me. Send somebody else over here because this one is not for me. But he continues to build and grow and show me that there are not just people in need, because sometimes we think when you work for a nonprofit, you're thinking that the people in need are the ones you're serving. When in fact, sometimes the people who need first are the people who are administrating the service to the other people. And so we want to make sure to love on them, to make sure that they're supported. And that's something that I've done when I've been at my current institution for almost 8 years. 8 years ago, I was packing stuff up and moving down here to North Carolina. And one of the things that I implemented was a professional development program that they did not have here. So it was like, come to work every day. You're supposed to know how to do something, but who is training them? Who's setting the standard? How are we creating standardization for you answering the phone one way, you answering the phone? Like, it could be as simple as that. People don't know where they call because, hello, you talking to Karen. Well, where did they call? What are they doing? What are the standards that we need to set? And then finally, I'll mention one of the biggest things for me, motivation for me to be a compliance and nonprofit financial person is because I like to break the rules. And you can't break the rules if you don't know them. So I got to know them, create them, and then I know the parameters on which to
around it. Yes.
There you go. So
okay, awesome. The word community impact stood out to me because it is about making impact in the community, right? It's about the work you do, your voice. You are sharing your gift. You know, you are giving your time and love to the community. So, as I always say to my friends, like, what do you want to be remembered as when you leave this world? You know?
yeah.
We have to leave something to be remembered as. And please don't let it be negative. Let it be something someone can look after. Let it be something your kids can look at, your grandkids in the future, and be like, my grandmom did that. You know, that's my grandmom, you know, something. It doesn't even have to be in this whole industrial thing, but be kind, do something, stand for something, you know, and help to change somebody's life, you know. So that's what you are doing. Your whole bio speaks for itself. And I see the smile on your face. I see the smile on Nikita's face when you're talking about the things you'll do. And both of you ladies are doing so much great things. So it is well done. It is well done. Both of you have achieved so much. And so I'm grateful again that y'all look at little old me, to come on my platform and share your story to whoever waiting to receive it. All right. So thank you so much, ladies, for sharing those professional side of your life. And now I'm just going to move into a little fun question for you all. My first question would be about dating. I know one of us here is married, but before marriage, we dated. And even with marriage, we still have husbands, you know, we can still talk about relationships.
Yes.
So feel free. Ladies, thank you again for tuning in. I see Angela. I think this is one of you guys' friends, Angela Kali. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it again, guys. Please forgive me my accent and my pronunciation. I'm still working on it. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm still working on it. Sometimes I call people name different. I'll be like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be casting me behind the scene. But Tiffany, thank you for tuning in. Tanisha Russell, thank you, girl. I met her yesterday. We were chit-chatting with each other at the Charisma event. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate the support. I see all the comments back here, so thank you so much. Now we're gonna move on. What's the most ridiculous thing, ladies, you have done or said to impress a partner or a potential partner? And did it work? She like, okay.
What you looking at, Karen? Don't be looking at me in that tone of voice.
I'm looking at you. Well, no, because
Hey.
fun fact, right? Nikita was like a dating mentor for me, right? And I'd be like, what you doing over there? And she like, I'm just chilling. I didn't do too much. I really did, because once you do too much, there's no coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always kind of, let me see what you coming with, right? So that was my thing. What Keita said about non-purposeful conversations earlier, because people would be standoffish, like, oh, she don't want to talk. Like, no, she just don't want to talk about nothing. Like, she wants to talk if you talking about something. So I got nothing on that one. The crazy thing that I did to impress,
I ain't did nothing crazy to impress none of these here men.
I really haven't.
The craziest thing I do to impress these men is to show up as my absolute self every single day.
Yeah.
Me is a handful. Me is a piece of work.
True.
So I show up as me.
True.
Period.
True.
That's the craziest thing I got to offer.
That'll keep them busy. That will
keep them busy.
I'm a whole adventure. So you come over here thinking you want to chit chat with Keita. Oh, I'm gonna put you through the test. We're gonna put you through the little miniature baby rides, and then we're gonna see if you get off the little Tyler Tot rides, and then we're gonna elevate you to see if you can handle my scrambler, and then we're gonna elevate you and see if you can handle the biggest roller coaster in my life. I show up as myself. I'm real. I only code switch when I need to. And when it comes to dating, I often tell gentlemen, especially when they start talking to me and certain words come out of their mouth, I'm like, don't excuse that in my presence, because I want you to show up as you. So I guess that might be the craziest thing that I do to impress these men, and as I show up and who they are. Don't put on a mask, because that's how your last relationship felt, baby. Ask me how it felt.
That's a fact. I think one thing I'll add to that, Recia, is there are a lot of hearts out here that don't know how to receive love, and accountability is like number one for me. So it would always just be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna head out. Now I did get catfish once, but I enjoyed it, because I just thought I had never experienced somebody catfishing me before. It was a wonderful story. They had wonderful, I don't know how these people go on for years talking about something, that's my boo. Because as soon as he told me he was in another country and he needed to come in and move with me, I just, my phone got broke. That's all we're gonna say with that. But I enjoyed the story. I tell my husband, so none of this is a surprise to him. Angela, all day, girl. What in the world?
He said, "Can I offer you a joint?" And he said, "No, I want you." That was 45 years ago.
Because you don't. Go ahead, Angela.
OMG, I cannot. All right. Okay, let's move on.
That's me. What's up?
So what's the first red flag you look for, and what's a deal breaker that will make you swap left immediately?
Ah, if you don't love God, what's wrong with you? Period, point blank. That's a red flag. If you don't believe in something higher than yourself, oh baby, I'm scared of you. Because you not believing in something higher than yourself lets me know that you are out of touch with your emotions. And I don't want to be with anyone who's out of touch with their emotions, because this whole manly man mantra walking around, I'm a man, I'm not supposed to cry. Sir, tears are signs of life.
You better cry.
You better cry, because if you don't cry, that means you might try and take out whatever you're frustrated with or about on me in a harmful way, mentally or physically, maybe even both. But I'm not built for that level of crazy. We like the color orange. We don't want to wear it every day because we are incarcerated. So yes, that is a huge red flag for me. A brother that don't believe in God.
Yes. Okay.
Inconsistency. There are people who I don't know who they thought. Recia, I don't know who they thought I was supposed to be getting married to. But when I first started dating and then turned into a serious relationship and was engaged, I think they expected me to fly through with Mars Chestnut or not. But people would ask why him? Why is it? Because he's consistent. He didn't. I just don't like liars, right? Trust me with the truth. I'd rather you break my heart with the truth than to sugarcoat and make me create something fake on a lie. So those two things: show up consistently. If you say you gonna do it, do that thing you said you're gonna do. Now, because we grown, right? We're not little kids no more. It's like you don't. We're not exchanging kidneys. You don't have to tell me a tale. And part of it is, and I'll say this, if you're lying to me, that means that you don't believe me to be a safe space for you. And you shouldn't be here. You should not be in relationship with somebody that you can't trust enough with your truth, whatever it is.
Right.
We grown. We figure out, oh, I can handle that. Nope, I can't handle that. Okay, it's unmuted. Many of us have had to have the ED, Mr. Ed conversation, right? I'm put right out there with significant others, with whether you married or whatever you're
That's
doing.
your business.
Because men just are not telling the truth. So
They're not.
I feel like it's not so much that should be your first conversation, right? It shouldn't be your first conversation. But if you know that you're dealing with something, that actually is an indication of a larger health condition. Now, I done signed up to be your caregiver, and I didn't even know
that I didn't even know.
Medicaid. That's what we doing here. So, no lie, truth. Say what your ailments are. We are people of a certain age. Your knees ain't as good as they used to be, or we gonna need to start drinking beet juice so we could get you back intact. But when you get the right one, you get the right one. I'ma keep him because, like I said, he consistent. What he says he's gonna do, he gonna do it. I don't got time to be thinking about all those things. But no, don't tell me no lies. I just.
Yeah. All right. I think I have few. I think my list is sometimes it may be a little unreasonable, but that's what that's just me. But some things that will make me first, like Nikita said, God. I want a God-fearing man, and I don't want you to just tell me I love God. I'm Christian. I'm this. I'm that. Don't try to impress me, because if you are, I'm gonna see it.
Oh yeah.
A real man of God is going to show. Stop, don't try to impress me. I want you to be yourself. I don't like that. When people try to just say things because they feel like that's what you want to hear.
Yep.
Be yourself. A turn up for me when I will take this to the whole personal part because this is unmuted. If you know me, I'm going to unmute it. Personal hygiene, that would take me off, stuff like that. So if I go on a date and you have crusty nails, it's a turn off. It's a turn off.
It says a lot, though. It says
I'm
a lot.
not saying you should be all in there acting like it has to be like mine, but let it be clean.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see your skin looking all crack. No. I don't want no cracked skin. Like, take care of yourself.
Take care of your teeth, sir. If you want to come
Your
holler at
teeth. You just went there. Your teeth. What's up with that, bro? Like, you want me to kiss that? No, I'm not.
Because they're showing you how they're gonna take care of you. I don't think most men think like that. It's like how you take care of yourself is also a level of expectation. You know, I tease my husband. I tell him, you know, tell me an earlier time, because you know you married a beautiful woman. If you wanted somebody on time, maybe she needed to be a little bit uglier than me. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm taking my time getting ready, because when I walk out this door, I'm representing for him. So here he knows what it is, and he give me extra time because I remind him.
Yes.
You could have picked the ugly one if you was worried about being there on time. So now he tell me different.
I love that.
Make up times. He make up time. Okay.
Love it.
Yeah, at 9, so I could get extra 30 minutes to
to get yourself together. Yeah, I love it. So stop, you know, just those little things. You can't come looking for me and you're not even taking care of yourself. Like the little things, personal hygiene. I don't want to see no haircut shooting out of your nose. I don't want that. I know. I'll
take care of that.
Like, no, boy, they got stuff for that. You can remove those hairs.
Yes, they do.
Just show me, like you said, how well you're gonna take care of me, how well you're gonna take care of the home. Because your self-care. And I'm not saying you should be like a female where we have to have everything on point. Because if you do that again, then I'm concerned.
Yes,
then I have to be concerned. You know, yeah, okay. So don't be in there getting ready for an hour like me. No, we can't be fighting on the bathroom who spend more time in there. Or you standing in front of the mirror and looking at yourself. No. I'm not talking about all of that. But be presentable. So the little things like that would tell me, oh, you're saying too much and saying nothing really. You just there talking, you know, and yeah. And really doing nothing. Okay. It's a turn of like I'm waiting to be out of here and you're done. I'm blocking you.
Yes.
Right? So you know, stuff like that. Just be your real self. So don't try to impress me, like I said, because I'm not gonna try to impress you. When I show up, I'm showing up as me. This is what you see. Yes. You know, and this is what you're gonna get. You know, so I want, because it's bad for someone to know you as one thing and then come to find out you are a different person. Yes, you know, so listen, I have a bald head. If I'm wearing a wig on this, I'm gonna be like, see, I have a short hair.
Yes,
you know, do you like short hair? Okay,
we call them hair hats. We can switch them at any given moment. What?
Yes, this is just for me to, you know, switch it up. See, it's like this. So, all right, I'm really doing a muted right now. So. You know, so I want you to see the real me. I want you to see how I look when I wake up in the morning. I might just take a tissue and wipe my face. So you see, I'm not wearing no makeup. I might have a little sunscreen on, stuff like that. So you know, I'm not hiding beyond what I'm presenting to you, because I want you to fall for me, for the real me.
Yes.
And I want to fall for the real you. Don't come telling me things just to impress me when that's not you. You know, don't waste my time. I don't have time for it. You know, stuff like that. So yeah, those little things. I can go on and on. But I'm gonna let it be like that.
Yeah, because I don't want to incriminate myself and block any future possibilities.
Say that again.
I don't want to, you know, put a block on myself, incriminate myself. Yeah. Put a block on any future possibilities that might be looming. Somebody might be trying to holler at your girl, and they hear this, and they're like, "Oh, well, really?" You know, I really am in my pink girl era. It's soft and fluffy over here. But it's just, I just need you to come and understand that, yeah, these gray edges, they mine.
They're yours. Because listen, some people like short hair, right? I have, like my ex used to love my short hair. If I put on weight, he was like, no, please don't do it. He liked my short hair. But then some men don't like the short hair. They might like some hair.
Right.
So I want you to see that I get bored, okay? I'm going to switch up. Is it matter what I do? Because you're going to love my true self. Doesn't matter how I look, what I'm wearing. That's what I want. I don't want to be with someone who has, who doesn't feel comfortable with certain things that I do. Yeah. I want to love your full self, and I want you to love my full self. Doesn't matter how we switch it up. But at the end of the day, I want you to be healthy. I want you to eat well. I want you, I don't want you out there just eating junk food. I love to cook. I'm not a junky food eater. I would be hungry, dying in the street. I won't go to no fast food. I will get home to eat my home meal. I'm that type of girl. So if I'm going to stop by somewhere, I always tell people Chick-fil-A is my number one stop. I will get me some salad. I will get me those spicy hot chicken sandwiches, yes. Then I'm really hungry and I have to eat something. But, it's stuff like that. So I'm going to give you what a wife should give you, or girlfriend, a legit girlfriend, not the secret, because I ain't nobody's secret. Let's speak on that again, okay? So I will give you myself, so my real self, and I will give you all of my love. So I want the same. So a turn up is, for me, is all of those things plus more. But I just wanted to, get your input on that. And some guys find me very interesting, and I love it because I'm going to be me.
Yes.
I'm going to be me.
Make them put in that work, sis. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes. All right. Okay. So let's say, let me see here. All right. We're almost done. So Karen, with all the lives that you have touched, what kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind? And anything that you would like to add to that, like last statement, go ahead.
Yeah. So, I am Mimi to 10 and 1 on the way, beautiful humans. And God has gifted me the ability to be a different type of grandparent to them, right? So they are a part of my legacy, but community is part of my legacy. Creating a better world for them, right? So I've got 3 girls, 7 boys, 1 other girl on the way, and they are very unique, very they don't got no filter. Let's just put it right there. Okay. Not one of these kids came here from heaven with a filter. Mimi, how come? And so my legacy is the love that I build in their worlds that causes them to also be great in the earth, right? So my children are wonderful. They grown though. They do what they need to do. That's all I'm gonna say. I wish they would lie to me sometimes. I wish they would lie to me. They tell me about everything. That's how these kids came here with no filter. But I think my legacy is not just what I pour into them, but the way I love people. And the use of my gifts that God allows, and legacy is a big thing for me, right? Because I didn't think I would have one. So I was a single mother of 5 children, teenage mom, things. I think I was 19 when I had my last child. Okay, need that 19.
Wow.
That part, we started early and finished early. To God be the glory. When the Lord have a plan, just don't fight with it, because it was unconventional to everybody. But now I'm living my best life, and they are senior citizens. I need but
and they are all grown
and well grown. Like God did that. You know, people like, oh, Karen, you did that. I have a one of their godfathers. He's like, no, Karen, you did it. I like, I prayer, Jesus, and bribes and threats. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know, prayer got us to a place where I would have never thought. And so what I experience now with my grandchildren is a promise that I never prayed for. It was a promise that I didn't know was a gift that God would give to me. And so, like, this is literally the icing on the cake, the cherry on the sundae that I get to see legacy being built in their lives. And so I teach them things like investing, right? Stocks and bonds, real estate. What? Y'all, somebody else teach. I'm teaching them how to bake. I admit, we in the kitchen, we cooking, but there's certain things that I'm not teaching them because I need them to be ready for this world that we're living in now. And so I'm radical in their lives in that particular way. And that's the way I live my life out. And so if I would say a last word, listen, life is worth living. Life is worth being radical, whatever radical means to you. It doesn't have to look like I look, but I love, Recia, what you said about being unmuted. Many of us don't even know that we are walking around, and Tilted always says, I'm free, right? I'm walking in my freedom. Many of us don't even know that we're walking around in bondage. And so it is my hope that as I leave if I left anything in this world, it would give people the reminder to free yourself, right? What the evangelist in Vogue group said, free your mind and the rest will follow. We got to make sure that we starting with that, because that's where it starts, up here, and then the rest of your world will change. Like you won't even recognize where it is. And I'm living proof of that, because I allowed God to walk me to a place for my mind to be free. And now we living good. I don't know.
We're living good. We're living good. Awesome. I'm sorry, Angela. Let me see. I'm trying to read the comments there. She said, cheating, even though I was out there, I respected the one-on-one. And then she also said, well, wait, my hubby promised to hit that $1 million lottery to pay off all debt. Dig, I'm still waiting. LAL.
And they've been married for decades. So.
OMG. Self-care is important. Exactly, girl. It is. Self-care is very important. You gotta flush. Don't be talking to me with some crusty teeth. I'm not here for that. Like, no.
I keep the dental pick closed. Come on.
Yeah, get some lotions. Like Vaseline. How about the Vaseline? Just you come on Vaseline. You know, Vaseline will do it for you. Like, boy, no, I'm not doing that. I can smell no stink breath. No, I don't want that either. Like, it's a turn off. So so yeah, my legacy is to show and hope people see how I have dealt with my leg was amputated. Okay, all right. And then she said, FYI, Angela back was a leg in a God knew me forward and backwards. Okay. Thank you so much, Angela, for all your comments and for being here with us. We love and appreciate you for taking your time and joining us. So, Miss Nikita, your last, let me see here. Ooh, this phone is all right. Keep shutting down on me. So, how do you want your work and accomplishment to inspire your children and audience for generations to come? Nikita, can you hear me?
Wow. My work generation, watching that no matter what happens, what may, through the storms of life, take time to pray. Because it was prayer that helped me get to the point in life that I am. And that's so real. Y'all heard me say it earlier in the show. I talk to God more than I to people. And even in my personal interactions with just about everybody, you know, you want some prayer? I'm going to ask you that in a heartbeat, because I know that prayer changes things. So I want to be able to, you know, lead that strong prayer legacy to my children, and to even those that God gives me the opportunity to sit with and disciple. Um, teaching them how to interact and use it when you're talking to God. I want to leave that kind of legacy. I want to leave that legacy where when y'all come to my celebration of life, that line is not only around the block, it might actually stretch to be 2-3 miles long, with the people who can come and tell the story of what Nikita did to impact their lives in some way, shape, or form. I need that kind of legacy. So again, my epistle can live on, man, because no, it's not easy. No, everyone isn't able to find the joy in being a foster kid. Not everyone is able to find purpose in being homeless before the age of 10. I understand that I was chosen. So that's the legacy I desire to leave, that nothing is impossible when you put it in the master's hand. That summarizes it all. Nothing is impossible. And as you know, as I've been saying as of late, ask me how I know, and I'll tell you.
And I will tell you. Great, great, great. As the comments keep coming through, so your girl Rhonda said, Lord heal me because this husband share his call and we not about the heal life. So heal me.
And
that was from previous conversation.
You made your request known.
You make your request known. Yes. She said, you know it. Yes. Let me see why she said, love you, ladies. We love you too. We love you too. We love you too, girl. Thank you for tuning in and engaging with us tonight. So, ladies, Nikita, any last word? I remember you saying that. Any last word?
Any last words? Y'all know, can I dip into a little bit of the unhinged things over here right now on Unmuted?
Yes, go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
I'm just going to encourage your audience to continue to just be yourself authentically, because no one can be you better than you. Some of y'all may be ready to receive that right now in this moment. Some of you that word is going to catch up with you a little bit while down the road from now. But I hope that you remember your quirky little laugh, your crooked little grin, the way you bat your eyes very, very fast when you're trying to figure things out, when you're in thought. Just be you. Because I promise you, somebody's watching you and they'll be able to relate to you basically living your life out loud as a merry misfit, as we have been. All right? Continue to just be, y'all.
Continue to be you. What a great way to end this show. Continue to be you. People will love you for who you are. Trying to be like somebody else will wear you out. You're going to forget, because that's not the real you. So eventually the real you will come out. So rather than doing all of that, just be yourself. Be yourself. Be like me, pronouncing people's name wrong and admitting to it. Listen, it's unmuted. So Chrissy Bay, thank you for watching. My girl, Luxurious Seduction, thank you for watching. I see y'all. So ladies, Karen and Nikita, thank you both for being here and sharing your wisdom, faith, and experiences. See, most of the time I have to write these things down because I don't want to forget my train of thought. You have inspired so many people. Continue to inspire, continue to do what you do, and so continue to live with purpose. To my listeners, you guys watching, I want to thank you all so much. Be sure to follow Tilted Trade LLC and Tilted Halo Broadcast Media Entertainment to stay connected with their incredible work. Until next time, guys. Until next time, stay unmuted. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. I had so much fun with y'all. And I know I'll be seeing y'all again pretty soon. because
Yes.
you have brought me the whole gang. So we're gonna do this the whole entire month. I'm gonna have the ladies up on Hands Live on every Sunday night at 9 p.m. So you're going
Woohoo.
to continue to get all the knowledges. Whatever you did not get tonight, you will get again. And they are bringing new faces along with them. It is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to learn more. And as we grow in this whole industry with one another, the support, I love the support. And I'm leaning on your shoulders because I need it.
And we
So,
got you, sis.
We
You
got
know
you.
I'm one. You know I'm very responsive. I'm one
yeah.
click away whenever
Yeah.
you need.
Yes, yes. And thank you so, so, so much. And guys, I'm also gonna be appearing on Hands Live on Sunday. No, on Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Tuesday,
Okay.
Tuesday.
We are going to get unmuted. All right, guys. So don't forget to tune in Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Unmuted will be live on Wave on Hands Live. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe now. I also have their social medias here. Nikita, you can find her Facebook, Nikita Hansfield, and Teta Hello on Instagram. And then Karen is also on Facebook. What's your Facebook again, Karen?
Karen Sims Harrell.
Okay, and
And then
your
YouTube is Twisted Threads LLC.
Twisted Thread LLC. So, guys, please subscribe, follow them, follow me. If you're here already, it means you are following me. So, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Get Unmuted Podcast. Every Sunday night, we are here at 9 p.m. Karen and Nikita, thank you so much, my sister.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, guys, thank you so much again for tuning in. Please, if you have not gotten a copy of my book, you can find Unmuted on Amazon.com, and you can also find Unmuted on Walmart and Target.com. Okay, Barnes and Noble also carry my book. Google Unmuted by Recia Kabbah is going to show you every website that carries my book. If you have a story to tell, please hit us up. info@unmuted.us. info@unmuted.us. The information is right here on the screen. You can screenshot. You can go back to watch the video, get the information. Unmuted.us is our website. You can also find all your different informations on there. Do not forget to go to RicaBoutique.com. I'm also selling my books on the website, which you can order directly from me, and I will be signing you a copy. Okay, so if you order the book directly from me, you will be getting a signed copy from me. Also, go shop and support the Unmuted collections are on RicaBoutique.com. All right, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in tonight. The conversations were real. My wig is twisted because I had to take off my wig to prove some point with these guys out here. You know, you may see me like this, but I also go by some short hair, so you gotta love all of that. And so, ladies, thank you for tuning in tonight, for your support and for interacting with us. Legacy of Love. Thank you so much, Rhonda, for tuning in. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Luxurious Seduction. Thank you, my sis, Tanisha Smith. Thank you so much, guys. There's so many people behind the scene here. I can see all of you guys. And so thank you so much for joining us. Again, I am your host, Recia Kabbah. This is Unmuted Podcast. See you guys. Good night.